All right, you guys, today in this video, I'm gonna be talking all about cardio, what is best for you and your goals, when to do it, what kind to do, and more. All right, you guys, so I get asked all the time, what is the best kind of cardio? And of course it depends on your goals, but I have some thoughts about cardio that I wanted to share with you guys today. So I did a lot of cardio in my prep. The highest it got was 75 minutes, 7 days a week. And then once we hit that and I competed doing that amount of cardio, we actually, when I was lean enough, we slowly backed it down to about 55 minutes a week. And now I have cut it back to 50 minutes a week, 3 times a week, and 30 minutes a week, 3 times. And throughout my reverse diet, we're gonna just keep cutting that back even more. So the idea of cardio, well, it's really good for your heart, of course. It's good for your heart health. It's good for recovery, actually. It increases blood flow to like your sore muscles. So it's actually good for recovery in that way. It's actually good for muscle building as well, in that it helps with blood flow to those working muscles and those tired muscles, so it helps with that recovery. So that's why we should do cardio. There are some people out there that can get by without doing any cardio at all, maintain their physique, and that's awesome if you can do that. I personally cannot do that, and I have not met very many people who can maintain a lean physique without doing any cardio. But even if you could, you guys, don't forget about all the heart benefits and just the general health benefits that come from getting a good sweat in and getting your heart rate up at least a few times a week, okay? So that's why we should do cardio. With that said, I do feel like you should do the minimum amount of cardio possible for your goals. So if your goals are to lose weight, you don't want to start out with an hour of cardio a day, 7 days a week, because whatever you're doing, your body is going to get used to that. And then once it does, you need to add more. And so you can't just keep adding more and more and more. Like, nobody's got time for that, right? I don't, you don't, we're all busy peeps. We don't have time for hours and hours and hours of cardio, right? So if someone comes to me and they aren't doing any cardio, for example, I would tell them to add in about 20 minutes, 3 or 4 days a week. Start there. And then you'll see some initial results. When you need to add more, you just add little bits at a time. You add it in 5-minute increments. So you can either add like 5 minutes on to every cardio workout, or you can add another day of cardio. If you're only doing it 3 days a week, add a 4th day at 20 minutes. If you're doing 4 days a week, add a 5th day at 20 minutes. Or if you're doing 5 days a week for 20 minutes, do 5 days a week for 25 minutes, for example. So do as little as possible because you are going to need to increase it and ramp it up. And you don't want to be doing hours and hours and hours when you finally reach your goal, okay? So moving on from there is time of day. Is fasted cardio better? Is post-workout cardio better? Is fed cardio, meaning you got some meals in you, better because you have more energy? So honestly, you guys, with anything that comes with fitness, there are going to be scientific studies that will support both sides. So I have heard. Caleb, are you home from school? I'm doing a video, okay?
I am home from school.
I know. I'm doing a video and I'm not editing it, so just beware. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna still keep talking. So there are going to be scientific studies. Don't be loud, okay? There's gonna be studies that will support both sides of any argument. So one side says you should do your cardio fasted or post-workout because your glycogen stores will be all used up from that workout, or you'll wake up in a fasted state and you're going to burn more of your fat stores as opposed to burning through your carbs and your glycogen first before moving on to burning your fat, okay? The other side of that coin is that actually what you burn, whether it's fat or carbs, is gonna come down to the intensity of that individual workout. I kind of buy into that theory a little more just from the things that I've learned in my classes and certifications. A more intense session, you're going to burn more of your carb sources and your glycogen. A lower intensity session, you're going to burn more fat. On that note though, on those lower intensity sessions, you're also burning fewer overall calories than you are in the intense ones. So it's kind of like sixes. So as far as fasted versus post-workout versus any time of the day, honestly, in my opinion, Do what works for you. I have been doing cardio twice a day for a while now, and so the 2 times that work best for my schedule are first thing in the morning, and if I'm gonna go do just cardio first thing in the morning, I am not gonna have a meal first because I don't wanna do that. I'm just gonna be starving later if I do that. So I prefer to go and do a fasted session, come home and have my breakfast, and then when I lift later in the day, I do like to have some food in me so I have a little bit more energy, and then I will do that second session post-workout. Okay, so that's just what works for me, all right? Find what works for you, try both, see what you feel better. Honestly, I feel like it is wherever you can bring the most intensity to your workout, that's the best time for you to work out, okay? Last question I want to address is, what kind of cardio is better, HIIT or steady state, okay? So again, I have seen studies that support both sides. I have seen studies that support HIIT being the end-all be-all to cardio because it's so much more intense, you're gonna burn more fat in a shorter amount of time. But I've also heard or read things about saying steady state is better because it doesn't require as much recovery and you can go for longer periods of time. It's not quite as intense. It's not so taxing on your central nervous system. So again, there are pros and cons to both. When I set up my client programming, I actually use a little bit of both. I'll do a few HIIT sessions during the week and then we'll do some steady state as well. So try out both, see what you like best. The one benefit that pretty much no one can deny with HIIT is that you can get it done in a shorter amount of time. So if you do prefer steady state, you're gonna have to do it for a little bit longer. So HIIT sessions, 15, 20 minutes is all really that your body can handle, and then you can follow that up with more additional steady state sessions. So one more thing really fast, a true HIIT session, high intensity interval training, actually means getting out there and sprinting as hard as you possibly can, like you're gonna die, and you can only keep up that pace for like 15 to 20 seconds. So most of us can't do that because we're not track stars, we're not these big name athletes that are genetically able to sprint like that. And so kind of like in trends these days, HIIT has come to mean just body weight circuits. I don't really like that. I do think that HIIT can just be a circuit and it can include plyos and burpees and jump squats and more conditioning type of moves like that. I love that kind of thing, but I don't think a HIIT circuit is 10 squats, 10 crunches, 5 burpees, 10 overhead presses, 10, like just a whole bunch of exercises strung together. That is not HIIT, in my opinion. What could be an awesome HIIT workout though is a 30-second sprint on the treadmill or up a hill, followed by 10 burpees, followed by 30 seconds of medicine ball slams. Okay, so yes, that is not your 15 to 20 second all-out sprint, but those are hardcore conditioning moves. And after that minute and a half, you're gonna be like dying like a lion. Lions probably aren't the ones dying. Lions are like more the predator, right, Caleb? Yep. Lions are the predator. The zebra's dying, but the zebra and dying doesn't rhyme. So yeah, so you want to be dying at the end of that 90 seconds or however long you choose to do it, anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes of hardcore, all out killing yourself, and then follow it up by a 30 to 60 second rest is how I like to do HIIT. So find what works best for you, what you enjoy the most, and go at it. If you guys have any more questions on cardio, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I will try to get to those as soon as I can. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.